up, everybody? How's it going? So, yes, Hobbs and Shaw Fast and Furious presents my man Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba star in this highly anticipated action movie coming out for you. Let's get the summer started, people. Oh man, so where do I begin? So this is obviously a spin-off and continuation of the Fast and Furious franchise characters, Hobbs and Shaw. And this movie totally reminded me of a 1980s action adventure thriller ride movie, which I am a huge fan of those kind of movies. Going into this movie, I really understood and knew that this was going to be Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham's characters. They leave off exactly where they leave off in Fast 8. And, I think the best part about their chemistry is all the, obviously, jobber and jawing towards each other with their put down comments with one another. This movie was actually a lot more comedic and funnier than I thought it was going to be, which I'm fine with because this movie totally understands what it's doing. It's an action comedy, somewhat buddy film, even though these guys that are trying to work together aren't the best and they have to find a way to do it in order to save the world, basically. The main plot of the story is Shaw's sister is MI6 agent, and she basically injects this bio-virus that supposedly, if exposed, can basically wipe out the whole entire world through a bio threat. So their quest is basically trying to, the three of them team up to extract this virus that she injected in her, and obviously their biggest burden and antagonist is played by the awesome Idris Elba, who, like you saw in the trailer, is Black Superman, and he definitely is with this movie. He's your total stereotypical bad guy. The cool thing about him is that he can actually stand toe to toe with our heroes and actually overpower them with many occasions. So I liked the fact that the villains and the good guys were just your typical character 80 action, over the top type of story. And I would say the part about the movie that was a little messy, because I just felt like the pacing was a bit choppy. I felt like a lot of scenes were just kind of cut too short, or they were cut one way and they went another scene that just didn't mesh and flow as well as I feel like it could have been. The downside to this movie, even though it understands, it knows what it is, it also tries to give a more depth and kind of more feel towards families that people haven't seen in a while, that they don't want to be around, or they're trying to bring up past issues of being kids and stuff like that. And I feel like that did not work at all. I know they were trying to give a more dramatic, heartfelt, so that we feel more for these characters, but the movie is basically, we know these guys already from the Fast and Furious movies, and we go into it just like, hey, we're expecting it to be an action adventure, slapstick comedy, just crazy explosions and just stuff that's so not realistic, but we don't care because we're having a thrill and we're just on for the ride. So that part of the movie, I just kind of was like, they shouldn't have done that so much with a lot of the scenes. I feel like they were trying to really put that down our throats when they didn't really need to. So yeah, I would say that's the main negative of the film. But overall, I mean, I like this movie. I mean, I came out of the movie and I had a good time. I had fun. It totally leaves you ending of they're probably going to make more of these if this movie does well. It totally has a cliffhanger and has a feel of many continuations. Alert, there's some cool cameos in this movie that I did not know. Ryan Reynolds, which makes sense because the same director of Hobbs and Shaw is also the same director, I believe, as Deadpool 2. So he's got a really funny cameo. I like him and Dwayne on screen together. Oh, Kevin Hart, and that so Hobbs and Shaw, definitely, if you're a fan of Fast and Furious, it totally does not feel like a Fast and Furious movie. This is its own standalone movie, even though it's a spin-off and it is the same characters in that same universe, but it totally is way different than Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious, believe it or not, feels more realistic than this movie. So go check out Hobbs and Shaw. I'm going to give this movie Hobbs and Shaw a 7 out of 10. just because going into it, I knew what it was. It's not a critically acclaimed movie. I knew going in, I'm just going to have a great time seeing over-the-top action with Dwayne Johnson. Check it out. It's worth the price of the ticket, and have fun with it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And also hit the like button. And if you guys have any comments, I'd love to hear what you think of the film. Guys, take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
Access denied. Access denied. Access denied.